now I'm going to create the wax for the air canal. For that, let me create a new collection, name this one wax, or I can name this wax 1 because I need more wax in future scenes. Okay, so let's create the wax. For that, what I will do, I will just simply bring one cube over here. This is cube. I will press Ctrl 2 on the keyboard to add the subdivision modifier of level 2, and then I will just simply go to the edit mode and scale it down something like this and scale it down a lot. One more thing, what I can do, I can simply go to the modifier panel and add one displace modifier. Okay, here's the displace modifier. Click new, and in the texture setting choose something like maybe cloud, or cloud should work fine, or I also can use this Bornite texture. Okay, let's see which one will work better for me. And here I will add one more subdivision modifier after this one and decrease the level to 1, so there will be no uh, too much pressure on my device here. Okay, the first modifier of the subdivision having the level 2 and the second one having the level 1, or if you can if you think your device can handle, you can increase the value to 2. Now I just have to decrease the strength to 0.2 maybe, or 0.3, something like this, and scale it down in z-axis, and this is fine. Sorry. Okay, so just decrease it in the x-axis, the scale. Okay, one more thing you can do, you can also change this value over here to get the desired results, something like this, and scale it down. Okay, that's totally fine. Now what I will do, I will add some texture. Let me go to the render view over here, so we can see how uh, the wax should look like according to our reference video. Here you can see, let me see the reference video. Here you can see the wax. I need to create something like this. Okay, let's create. For that, I will go to the shader editor tab, sorry, this Blender kit, and here the material section I will type alien skin, or actually I have checked a few and maybe this is working fine. The problem is with the color, but I can change the color. Other than the color, the textures and the overall bumpiness is okay, so I'm going to use this one. And now it will take some time to download, and now it's there. Go to the shader editor. Okay, what I can do, I can simply just disable the render view over here and enable the render view over here at this window like this, so I can see the proper view. Now first thing what I will do, I will just increase the value of this one to 0.5. Sorry, I'm decreasing. Let's see. Yeah, maybe 4 will work fine. And after that, I have to add one hue saturation node, keep it over here. Also add one contrast and brightness control node over here. Okay, actually we already have this hue saturation node, but it's okay, we can use double one, no problem. I have to change this value to maybe 0.1 and this brightness to -0.1. Okay, this is fine, this is looking good. I can also change this value over here to 3 maybe. Okay, 4 is fine. I want to keep it 4. Let me see if I connect this one, what will happen. Okay, no, the UV is okay. Just increase the size to 5 or maybe 6. Yeah, it's fine. One more thing, let's see what I can do over here if I increase the brightness. Okay, it is on the 0.1 is fine at this location, and let's see. Okay, this is fine, and I can use this one. You can also play with these values a little bit more. I can also add one. No, this is fine maybe, and it will look fine when we look it from the camera view from here. Let's see. Yeah, this will work fine. And now what I have to do, I have to place it at the right spots. We can also see the reference video for that point, or we can also use this spoon as a reference where these thing or the wax thing should be. Name this one wax, and let's see. Okay, the first wax point should be beneath this spoon. So what I will do, I will just simply place my cursor over here. Okay, it should be something like this, and move it like this. This is fine. As you can see in the video, this is looking perfect, and I don't need to change it more. Okay, this is one. Here you can see it's scraping it out, and after that the other one should also be there. Okay, it should be something like this. Duplicate it and place it over here. Now we have two points. Also, I can also just rotate it by the y-axis 90 degree and move it something inward. Let's see. Okay, scale it down. This is looking fine. Make sure everything looks fine in the camera view, and that's okay, and we are good to go. Yeah, here you can see this is looking perfect. Yeah, and the third one should be somewhere over here. Duplicate this part and move it over here. And scale it up in the y-axis. Yeah, it's looking perfect. And one more should be over here. At this point, duplicate this one and move it over here. Scale it down. Move it in the x direction. Yeah, it's fine. Let's see. Yeah, here you can see it is looking perfectly fine. Okay, let's see where the other one should be. Just keep saving the file, close it, and let's see. Okay, so one should be at this point. Just duplicate this one and move it over here. Oh, it's perfectly fine there, and I can keep this one. Now the next one, where it should be. Okay, this is fine. I will keep the next one over here. Okay, so all the wax particles are there, and now I just have to animate each of them one by one. This one is looking too much outward, something like this, and this is fine. Now I'm just going to save the file one more time, and let's see now how I animate these particles with this spoon. So I will do one or more here in front of you. After that, I will just increase the speed of the video. Okay, so for that, I will start from the frame 0, and yeah, here you can see at the frame 59 or maybe 58. At the frame 58, the first, or you can say the 57 to be on the safe side, this first particle, this one, it should go on the you can say on the spoon. Okay, for that what I will do, I will just simply, okay, I will use frame 56. Select your spoon, go to the constraint tab, and here you have to not the spoon, but this wax part. Go to the constraint tab and add a constraint named child of, and in the target select this spoon, the air spoon. Okay, now it's okay. Now what will happen, at the frame 56, this wax part will move with the spoon. Let me show you. You can see over here it's moving with the spoon. Go to the frame 56, and I will keep the influence maximum at the frame 56, add a keyframe, and before that, just one frame before that, decrease the value to 0 and add a keyframe. So what's happening, at the frame 55 or before, there is no effect of this constraint, and as soon as this spoon will hit the frame 56, the particle will also move. Okay, now what I have to do, I have to do one more thing. From frame 56 to, like, you can give 4 frame or 5 frames, whatever you want. I will give 5 frames or 4 frames. Frame 60, I will move this wax particle manually, and before that, go to the frame 56. Yeah, it's the original frame, and add a keyframe over here, so its location is done. And after that, at the frame 60. Like I'm giving 4 frames, you can give it like 5 frames, 6 frames, whatever you want. And now I will move it something like this and something like this, so it will look like it's on the spoon. Okay, where is, yeah, here. Place my cursor over here and like this. Let me see from the back side if it's popping out. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. Add a keyframe. So what will happen, this particle will move and will stick to this spoon in 4 frames. I will do the same with the others. Let me show you with one more, and after that I will just increase the speed. Let me save the file. Okay, now let me select the my spoon, go to the next frame. Yeah, at the frame 90, or you can say 95. Select this particle over here, backside of the spoon, add a constraint name child of, select the spoon, also add a keyframe to this value, and 1 frame before this decrease the value to 0 and add a keyframe. Now go back to the frame 95, add a keyframe, the location keyframe, by pressing the I on the keyboard, and now give it 5 frames, like frame 100. Make sure it stick with the spoon. For that, just like this. Okay, this is fine. Make sure it is not popping out. Okay, this is fine. Add a keyframe. Now let's see. You can see over here. Yeah, it's working perfectly fine. I will do the same with all the others. Okay, so let me just find the frame. Okay, so I have done this thing with all the particles. Let me play the animation for you. Just save the file and let's see. Just turn this off so you can see the smooth look. If I play the animation,
the tiny spoon enters the ear and gently scrapes wax from the canal's walls, scooping it out. This reduces risk of blockages and damage to the eardrum because it pulls the wax away.
okay, so it's working perfectly fine. Now I just have to add one more effect over here. I have to add the glow effect on this part. And after that, our this scene will be complete and we can move toward our next scene. Okay, so to add the glow effect, what I will do, first of all, let me select this part and go to the edit mode, select everything. Okay, this is the part. Let me turn off the proportional editing. Okay, this is the part. Separate it by selection, separate by selection. And also what I will do, select everything, press Ctrl E and clear sharp. Oh, sorry, select everything, then clear sharp. So what will happen, this thing will become smoother. There will be no more lines. Like you see, this is the sharp object and these blue lines will indicate these edges are sharp, and there is no blue part lines in the edit mode, so it is smooth. Okay, if you want to smooth the whole thing, you can do it by select everything, go to the edit mode, select everything, and press E on the key, Control E, and clear sharp. Sorry, clear sharp. This thing, now the whole thing is smooth. Okay, to add the glow effect, what I will do, first of all, let me see which frame or which duration should it glow.
The blockage.
Okay, the glow will start at the frame 250 and
and damage to the eardrum.
250 to 300. The glow will there for 250 to 300. What I will do, go to the frame 250 and make it like this. Open the shader editor, add one more window and make this timeline. Now this is the air, and what I will do, I will just duplicate it and name this one air drum. So when I change the shader, the whole thing will not change, only this part will change because now it has the separate shader. So for that, what I have to do, simply first of all go to the render view so we can see the results, and move this over here, add one mixed shader node, place it over here, also add one emission node and connect it like this here. Okay, so here you can choose the color, what color of the emission you want. Maybe blue is fine, and here you can increase the strength. 2 is okay, maybe you can also change it. And in the factor editor, factor node, you have to add one layer weight node and press it over here. You can choose it by this value, which value is giving you which node is giving you much better result. Now here you can see this is the value. If you decrease it to 0, there will be no effect. If you increase the value, there will be highlight effect. So you can also control the color of the highlight over here, like you want green, you want pink, you want red. Green is also looking good, let's keep it green, or maybe blue is fine, whatever you want. And you can also change, increase the strength, maybe 4 is fine. Actually not the 4, 2 is okay, because when I go to the compositor node and I will add the glare, it will shine a lot. So this is fine. And now I have to just animate this value at the frame 250. This is 0 at a keyframe, and it will take only 10 frames to glow up. At the frame 260, or you can say 265, its value go up to 0.5, or you can also increase it 0.7. Add a keyframe. Now this value will stay, or you can say slightly increase till 285 or 290 and make it 0.8. Add a keyframe, and after that 310 or 305. Yeah, this value becomes 0 again. Add a keyframe. Now what's happening? Yeah, here you can see the result is there. This is totally fine, and by this adding the this shader effect over here, our first scene is complete. Now we can move toward our next part. Let me just save the file and have to play the animation to see if I'm missing something. One more thing I can do, I can make this metal look better. For that, what I can do, I can simply add one RGB curve node over here in the principal BSDF on the base color, and just slightly increase this value to give a little. Okay, go to this blue part because we want it a bit blue. Here you can see it's looking much better now. Yeah, this is fine. You can also change with play with the values to give that I give this blue effect here because I will add the simple blue background, so it will show the reflection of that background over here and it will look good. Okay, this is fine. I'm going to save the file, and now we can move toward our next scene. Let me see what's the next scene is. Play this animation.
Spoon enters the ear and gently scrapes wax from the canal's walls, scooping it out. This reduces risk of blockages and damage to the eardrum because it pulls the wax away. As
Here the second scene is start.
opposed
We have to create this cotton swab.
to cotton
Yeah, and all the other things we already have the specs, we already have the air. We just have to create the cotton swab,
swabs, which can actually push the earwax further in.
and we have to create this animation effect. So what I will do, I will just simply duplicate the whole wax collection that I created, and I will remove all the constraint that I added of the child off with the spoon, but I will connect it with this earbud or the cotton swab. Then we can do the same thing. Okay, let's create this animation, this effect. For that, first of all, I have to create this cotton swab. Okay, let's start.